Yes, it's the WC here with a review of the BET Hip Hop Awards 2013 version. Yes, let's just go ahead and jump right into this video because it's a lot of things I want to get into, including the state of hip hop, which is going to basically be the majority of this video. But let me just go ahead and get into it. Snoop, Uncle Snoop, Snoop Lion, Snoop Dogg. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, people change their name every week, but he was the host of this show, and I gotta say, Snoop's got a good sense of humor. You know what I'm saying? I think that the guy's funny. He was trying to be funny doing some of the segments during the show. I think at one time, a point, he did have like a 30-minute comedy skit show on MTV somewhere. The guy's actually a little bit funny. I ain't even gonna fake. Kevin Hart was out there, did his thing. He was kind of funny. You know what I'm saying? Not that funny, but funny. Funny enough. Funny enough for the time he was on there. The best performance of the night, I really can't point blank say that one performance was better than the other. You know what I'm saying? Bone Thugs came out and did their thing. They also had a whole bunch of different MCs from, the past, the present, and the future, the brand new guys and girls come out and do their thing over the same beat. And I found that to be interesting. So I kind of like those segments, those freestyle segments. One person that stood out was Lil Kim. I mean, before there was the Nicki Minaj's. It was Lil Kim with her little fine little self. I look, I actually used to like Lil Kim. You know what I'm saying? I still do, but I can admit I did have a little thing for Lil Kim back in the day. Now let me be honest here, man. And I'm not trying to hate on Rick Ross, man, but I was trying to eat my Subway sandwich when I watched their performance, man, and I just couldn't finish it, man. Like I couldn't finish that sandwich for worth for nothing, man. I just couldn't finish it. You know what I'm saying? Like Rick Ross should be like outlawed. You know what I'm saying? During his performance of opening up his shirt or taking his shirt off. You know what I'm saying? Because like the man booby breast movement needs to stop. I mean this needs to stop, man. I mean every day he has a right to take off his shirt, but that's I mean boobs. I mean I don't know, man. Just man boobs, and now my Subway sandwich is in the trash. Now I can't finish it at all. Honestly, I think that the best part of the night was MC Light. Her getting the Lifetime Achievement Award. I think that's what it was. Her getting the award because she actually is a pioneer and mighty fine. I mean, I didn't. I'm. Look, I'm gonna take a step back. Like MC Light is a bad girl, man. She's a looker. I'm not even gonna step, man. She looks very, 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 very good. You know what I'm saying? Even so many years later, she still looks really, really good. You know what I'm saying? She's like that hot mom, basically. she's like that hot mom. You know what I mean? Like I don't mean to laugh at my own jokes, but I mean, come on, man. Wow. I mean, she's really kept up, and she's the pioneer. That's one thing for sure. She pioneered it for these other MC, not just men, not just women, but men too. So she's well deserving of that reward. But now to get into the meat of this video. Now to get into the meat of the video, the meat and potatoes of this video for all the people out there. That's why you clicked on the video. You wanted to hear about this part right here. Yes, you did. Now, just going over all the things that hip hop has presented itself, man. It's not just music, it's a lifestyle. You understand what I'm trying to say? I mean, it took me a second to get that out. This video is going to be going long, so I can take some time to actually collect my thoughts. Over the last 5 years, going back 5 years, and you just look at where hip hop was just 5 years ago when it comes to the top artists and music. You can see that it's changing, and that it's changing not necessarily for the better or good, but it's changing, and that's what that's the best part about it, is that it's changing and that there's fresh blood coming into it. That there's fresh opportunities coming into it. Now there was a time and point where I did think that hip hop was dead. I don't think I'm the only one that thought that hip hop was dead. More so because of the culture of hip hop, not necessarily the music of hip hop, but the culture of it, the symbolisms, the stereotypes, the violence, the lifestyles, the sexualizations, the commercializations, the symbolisms, the heartbreak, the trouble, the crimes, the times, the role models that don't want to be role models. I mean, hip hop is deeper than just music, it's a way of life. And that's something that a lot of people don't understand, man. Like, I want them to understand through this video that it's deeper than just verses. It's deeper than just, the life of luxury. It's a lot of people's life, man. It's all they have. And they, and it should it be that way? Should the stereotypes be that look, if your baby daddy broke, then your child is a failure? Should that be? Because that's a verse that I heard, and I'm not gonna say who it was by. Y'all can go ahead and guess. But should that be one of the things that defines this whole situation here when it comes to hip hop? Just the stereotypes that if your man ain't making enough money, then your child sucks. Just stuff like that, like stereotypes, like women have to look a certain way, dress a certain way, act a certain way, or else they're X, Y, and Z. And I can't say X, Y, and Z because this video is PG. Yeah, I don't like it either, but I have to be PG on this video because I was told to. I was going to do this video, I had to be PG, which means that I can't cuss. The violence, man. I mean, when was the last time that you heard a hip hop song that wasn't violence laced? You know what I'm saying? Or a lifestyle based video in which, a lot of these MCs and rappers, they won't tell you, but they rent their jewelry for those videos. They rent those cars and then rent it for about 2-3 hours and then they just give it back. That's not necessarily the lifestyle that they live, but that's the lifestyle they portray. And there's people out there that's trying to live that lifestyle that's almost impossible to live. We can talk about sexualization, but I mean, come on now. That's self-explanatory. I just explained that just a couple seconds ago. Commercialization. Now, look. I'll sit here. I'll be one of the first people to say that if you can branch off from spitting freestyle verses to being on commercials for like furniture.com like Snoop Dogg was. I forgot what the name of the site was, but he was in all white sitting on a couch and he was selling something. I don't know what it was, but if you can go from spitting verses, and talking trash and stuff in America's Most Wanted with Tupac to sitting on the couch dressed in all white, you know what I'm saying, a little bit over 20 something years later, I mean, I think that you done did something. So commercialization is not necessarily a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? And the real purpose of this video is to say 5 years ago, where was hip hop? Who was at the top 5 years ago? You can say Jay-Z for sure, Lil Wayne back in 2008. You can say T.I., Q-Tip maybe. Throw out a whole bunch of names, Nas, Kanye West. Going back even further than that, man. Like Talib Kweli, the Roots. Roots is one of my favorite ones. Lupe doing this thing for sure. Common, Lil Brother, which is a group that just doesn't get enough press at all. The Game on the West Coast doing his thing for sure. I mean, come on, man. Like there's a lot of different. You can say Cannabis, even 50 Cent, Jay-Z, Outkast. I mean, we can go down the list. Eminem, you can't forget about him. Just going down the list, just from the last 5 to 10 years, just going back. It's branching back all the way back into 2003. From the last 5 to 10 years, looking at all those names that I just listed off, and looking at it now, is this stuff trending forward? Is this stuff on an up and up, or what? What is it now? What is the status of hip hop now? I know it's not dead. You can't say it's dead. It's not in the ground, and it's mainly not in the ground because of guys like Kendrick Lamar. And even though I hate to say it, it's still alive and breathing because of guys like Drake. Even though I don't necessarily like the man's music, Those are two people that I can point out and say maybe in the next 5 years those guys have staying power. Young guys that have staying power. That's one of the things about hip hop that's maybe good and bad is the fact that there really aren't any guys that completely have staying power when it comes to hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Because people don't really necessarily want to hear about the same things all over again. Is it hot beats or is it great verses? Let me ask that question one more time. Is it hot beats or is it great verses? I mean, that's one thing that people don't necessarily understand about the music. Not the culture, because at the end of the day, the culture is lifestyle. But the music is something completely different. And that's what that's what people fail to realize. Like the lifestyle and the music don't intertwine as much as it probably should. And don't you know what that? Like I said, that's a good thing because the music kind of promotes violence. Like I said before, kind of promotes degrading women to a certain extent. I mean, come on now. I mean, everybody remembers when Talib Kweli came out with that "Get By" song, right? That was probably one of the most positive rap songs I think I've heard in the last 10 years, 10, 12 years. I don't think that anybody would disagree with me on that. But that's not getting attention. Positive songs don't really necessarily get the song play. Listening to the radio is almost impossible because the songs that are put on the radio are stuff that that you're hearing in clubs necessarily, but it's not stuff that promotes the positive sides of what hip hop culture is, which is the sad part. It really is. It's one of the saddest things about the hip hop community right now. And nobody wants to say anything about that, which is their choice. They don't have to say anything about it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can't sit here and say that I'll go to Best Buy and buy one of these guys' CDs right now. I just can't. I mean, back in the day, about 10 something years ago, yeah, I could definitely say, yeah, I went out there and I bought, Hip Hop is Dead back in 2006. I bought Food and Liquor back in 2006, man. I bought Late Registration back in 2005. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit up here and lie. I bought American Gangster back in 2007. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. I bought Street Discipline back in 2004. I bought College Dropout. I bought Speaker Box, man. The Love Below. Outcast, man. I done bought that back in 2003. We can go back even farther than that. You know what I'm saying? I bought Stillmatic back in 2001. I mean, we can go even farther back than that. I mean, come on, man. Like, are you guys standing outside for this music? Will hip hop be alive in 5 years from now? Do any of these MCs, these young MCs, Kendrick Lamar came out with the with the control verse, and got everybody riled up. And hey, I listened to the thing. I mean, it's not like he was sitting there lying. But is that going to do anything for his career? I think that the guy was on the rise even before he even dropped that verse. But all in the same, it's about staying power. It's about uplifting the community with positive music. You want to talk about lifestyle? That's fine. But the sales are dropping. And that's bottom line. The sales are dropping. Nobody's going to the store and buying this stuff. They'd rather just rip it off the line. And it's not like I'm lying about it. You can go ahead and check them out yourself. I don't got no links right now because I'm doing this video on the run. But I got enough, I got enough minutes to talk. But all in the same, man. Hip hop. The state of hip hop right now isn't fair. It's in fair condition. It's not on life support like it was, like it was a long time ago, like a couple years back, where it was, hey man, where's the fresh talent? Where's the fresh talent? You can't say where's the fresh talent right now. There's just a lot of talented guys, but just because there's a lot of talented guys doesn't mean that they all have staying power. My prediction for hip hop going forward is that it will get some new stars in it. the culture will change because the culture always changes. It always adapts and branches off into something different, into something revolutionary, and that's what needs to happen. You got little kids out here looking up to these rappers and these MCs, and that's the most painful part about this video is that there's little kids, 10 years and younger, 12 years and younger, that can spit an entire 2 Chainz verse, but can't tell you what 4 times 4 is. They can't tell you what the capital of the state that they live in. They can't spell their last name frontwards to backwards. I mean, it's one of those things where it's just like, these guys, whether they like it or not, are role models, and the music that they put out there is being, I can't say force fed to them because nobody forces them to listen to it. You'd expect for the role models, the parents to have more objective feelings when they expose their children to this music. But at the same time, it's like I said, hip hop culture is a part of who they are. It's about the fabric that makes them, and the state of it right now is fair, but it can change in 2 weeks. I mean, this is me talking on October the 15th about it. It's fair right now. By the time it gets to December, it might be halfway in the ground. You just don't know. Beef doesn't solve anything. Hopefully, nobody beefs. Nobody's been shot or anything over a rap verse, which is a good thing because that would just be another black eye to hip hop overall. But getting back to the show, because this video is going long. Get back to the show. The show was okay. I can't give it a rating. I mean, it was okay. It wasn't nothing that you're gonna have on your DVR, forever, 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 ever, forever, ever. Now you're not gonna have it on your DVR forever. Especially when you know that it went down on September 28th. I mean, I knew exactly what happened. I knew who performed all that other stuff, time, but I needed to see it myself before I could drop the review. So it was a WC, man. I hope y'all took the time to listen out to this video, man. It's a long video, about 20 something minutes. And that's just about it, man. Leave me y'all comments. What was y'all best performance of the night? Do you think that my assumption, I can't say assumptions. Do you think that my thoughts on hip hop are too critical? Do you think that I'm right on the money with the stereotypes and the symbolisms and the hidden messages that are said through the songs and the lifestyles? Just let me know what you guys think, man. It's 20 plus minutes.